My name is Shelley Mayu, and I'm doing a windshield survey in a town in Grant Parish called Colfax, Louisiana. Coming in from the north side of town, and I'm going to take a right here on Walnut Street, and we're going to go into this subdivision. The first house I'm looking at here is on the corner of Walnut and 7th Street. It looks like an early 50s model house, not well maintained, needs some upkeep, doesn't look like there's any hand railing going into the house on the porch, and the grass doesn't look like it's been kept up at all. Few safety issues there. The road going down Walnut Street looks like it has some potholes, not well maintained. Another little house here on this section of town, looks like an early 50s model house. Has some siding missing off the. We have a local church here on the north side of town, and it looks like an early 1900s style house, not very well maintained, needs a lot of paint and such. The paint's peeling on it, and a dead tree in the front could be a safety hazard. Continuing on the north side of town, looks like an old car dealership that's been closed for some time. The construction's kind of bad, needs to be probably torn down. As we approach Front Street, we see to the left is the train depot station that's been closed for a number of years. We're going to turn right here onto Front Street. You can see that the road is a little rough here. On Front Street we have, looks like the post office that's been probably within the last 20 years. We'll be approaching a bank here. So here we have Colfax Banking Company, and then we have a local pharmacy. It looks like it's several years old, probably been there for a while, and a closed business there. As we continue on Front Street, we see, looks like Carol's Creation, an embroidery place, and in the left corner there we will see the town of Colfax, looks like their water tower there. We will continue on and we will approach Highway 8 and take a right. Another car dealership here on Main Street on Highway 8, and we will be approaching another closed business here. Looks like a barbershop and an insurance company there, and a convenience store. We're going to continue on Highway 8, and we're going to take a right into a subdivision. See a Dollar General in the back. As I turn right here into the center of town, looks like we have a mid-50s style house here. Looks like someone lives there. It's kind of well maintained. So we continue on 6th Street. We see there is a walking trail there, and it's in a city block, and I see a fire hydrant there. I see some lighting for nighttime. No benches or anything for anyone to sit. We took a left after the walking trail. There's no street sign, so not sure what the name of the street is. We have a early 1900s style house here. Looks like someone lives here. It's pretty well maintained for its age. We have the Methodist Church here on my right, and then we're going to take a left here, and we will see, it looks like the town cemetery. Looks like several old graves there. The grass needs to be cut. I'm not sure how well the town is maintaining the cemetery. Continued out of that section of town back onto Highway 8, we took a right. We see an old building here that I'm not sure what it was in the past, that's boarded up. And here we have a, going to take a left right here. This old building was a hotel at one time. Looks like someone has restored it. Not sure if they lived there or what. Here we're entering Colfax on the west side of town, and we see right inside the city limits on the left is a car dealership that's been closed for a number of years, it looks like. Turning right on from Highway 8 on the west side of town, we see an old house here. Looks like an early 50s model house. Paint's kind of peeling. There's some safety issues going into the house. There's no handrail. Take a left onto 3rd Street. Looks like we have an early 50s model house. Looks well maintained. No issues. As we approach the elementary school, Colfax Elementary, we see a playground here. There's a picnic bench there. Looks like kind of rotten. That's a safety issue for the children. This is the front of the Colfax Elementary. This is where the buses come to pick up. And looks like this is a very older school. I'm not sure when the last time it's been updated. We have another early 50s model house. It looks like a safety issue, no hand railings going into the house, and the paint is kind of peeled. Here on Front Street we have the Colfax courthouse. Here in Colfax, and to the left we have the parish library. Looks like these are very old structures. Coming from the east side of the town, we see there's on Main Street a grocery store, hardware store, and fast food restaurant. Right here on my right is Acadian Ambulance Service right inside the town. Coming from the east side of town, I'm on Graham Street. Looks like we have some housing project there, water system there. The roads are really kind of rough, a lot of potholes here in the road. Continuing on Graham Street, it looks like we have a Head Start here. There's their playground. Looks like their equipment's a little old, probably needs to be replaced. That's a safety issue. The parking lot is here, really rough. Kind of bad area here. But you see back to in the very back there, it looks like another housing project, not very well maintained. This is on the east side of town. You see two houses there. One, there's some issues with the roof, and then the other older mid-50s style house, it looks like there's no hand railing and it needs to be maintained. On the east side of town, we have the Grant Parish Civic Center, and it looks like the fire station there in the back. We're about to turn on Webb Smith Drive here in Colfax. It looks like a Ditto's Apparel making jean manufacturer. I think they're only shipping now. In the back, we see another one of their buildings, and we're going to be turning down Webb Smith, which is going to take us to the ballpark. This is the sports complex on Webb Smith Drive in Colfax. Look like it's not well maintained. The grass isn't kept. There's a lot of vines taking over the fence there. The bleachers look a little rough, and the dugouts are not too well. And we also see on the right here the Colfax Water Tower. On Webb Smith Drive here we have another cemetery. It looks like Potter's Cemetery. This is for people who don't have any family. This is entering Colfax on the east side of town. And then we're going to take a left back onto the Webb Smith Drive. We have, looks like an early 50s model. We're taking a left on Webb Smith Drive. We see a supermarket here. And to my left, we're going to see Colfax Reunion Nursing and Rehab Center and Grant Community Health Clinic. It's a doctor's office and a health unit there. Looks like the road here going into Webb Smith has some potholes, needs to be worked there. This is a closer look at Colfax Reunion Nursing and Rehab Center. Looks like a pretty old building, but it's been updated recently. Looks like they're working on